Squad, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at my custom AK74. Now, this is HPA'd. It started out life as a Trax AK74 from EMG and Strike Industries, and from there became this monstrosity. Now, it is kind of a chopped down AK74. There's no front sight or anything like that. It came from the factory like that. So I just figured it was such a unique AK74 that I really wanted to HPA this. I had a Redline N7 Gen 2 lying around, HPA engine, and I decided that we were going to do a heart transplant on this last night. And I gotta say, I am super impressed with the way everything turned out. Now, there are some pros and cons, some issues I ran into that I want to talk to you all about. So I kind of wanted to do this video to, one, show off the gun. I just figured the community would really like it. And two, just kind of talk about some of the things that I ran into. So let's go back in time a little bit. The Redline N7 Gen 2. So I had someone tech it, not a professional tech, honestly. If you're in Pennsylvania and you're looking for a good tech, Corey at Jackal Tactical is one of the best in the business. I would strongly suggest taking your HPA builds there. He is a whiz when it comes to this kind of stuff and amazing with LMGs. I mean, you want to see some custom, nice LMGs, check out Jackal Tactical, but that's a whole nother conversation for another time. Now, just to be fair, they are one of the sponsors of my channel. They're how I get access to so many cool guns, and I gotta thank Paul and the crew at Jackal. Thank you so much for helping me out. Now, putting that aside, so back to the story. I had someone who wasn't qualified to be a tech the gun, and they basically messed up literally all the internals and gave it back to me, and it worked for one mag and just crapped the bed again. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm obviously not going to take it back to them. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to the manufacturer. I know the warranty is out on it. I took it out of the gun, sold the host gun, just didn't need the shell anymore because I kind of had a feeling that one day down the road this was going to come to fruition, and it did. So I reached out to Redline and I was like, hey, you know, I let somebody tech the gun. They trashed the thing. Can I send it in? And obviously it was out of warranty. Sent it back to them. They were so great. I am so pleased with that company and just the way that they just helped me out, sent me all the stuff I needed to ship it. I shipped it to them. All I had to do was I paid for shipping. They repaired the O-rings, the stem inside, all that kind of stuff, and sent it back to me. And yeah, I just had a great experience with them. The communication was on point. I mean, just everything. They just, the second I sent out the email, they got back to me right away. So I was really happy with that. And all in all, I've been happy with the performance of this too. So just a great company, really great company. I'm really happy that I went with them for an engine. So that's enough of that. Let's talk about what we have going on here. Obviously, this is the Trax AK74. This is a collaboration with EMG and Strike Industries. Now, a lot of the Strike Industries stuff is gone. Basically, the only Strike Industries stuff we have up front is going to be your muzzle brake and then the handguard up there. The grip I got rid of when I HPA'd it, and then right here is a SOP mod stock off of Specna Arms M4. So I just wanted that SOP mod look. I really like the way that that looks. So threw that on there. Looks really nice. I guess the other thing is here at the rear trunnion, it does have obviously the M4 buffer tube. So up on top, I've got a nice armament riser. It's got a little bit of real estate back here for a magnifier. I took the magnifier off. I didn't really want that. I don't need a magnifier for this particular setup. Fiachi red dot up here with the auto on and off. It's got its screen in the front. Looks really nice. We've got a Mall C1 Plus up here. This is the all aluminum one. This is from Goodnight Gear. Awesome. This thing has the IR illuminator. I mean, this is like a clone of the real thing. So it's got the IR illuminator, the infrared laser, visible laser. Yeah, it's got the vis laser, and then it also has the white light. The white light's not very bright, so I also have a Surefire clone up here. This is a Scout clone up front, and it just looks really nice. It's a really cool setup. It's just kind of like, it's a really unique AK setup, and that's something I like about it. So up front there, you can see that there is no sight. It's just cut off. You just got the gas block, goes right into the gas tube and the front trunnion. So like I said, super unique AK. Really like that. So this is a SEMA AK at heart. So everything going on here, we've got all the aftermarket parts, the original engine, or The original gearbox that was in here was one of the EMG gearboxes. Really nice. It had the MOSFET and everything. It was a really solid platform. I played a lot of gameplay footage with this rifle in its original configuration. Outstanding. I really liked it, but I just figured it was time to upgrade it to this because this is the HPA AK that I wanted. I didn't really want something traditional. I wanted something off the wall, and I think this really fits the bill for just absolutely off the wall AKs. So from Jackal Tactical, I got the HPA Ballistic regulator. Love this regulator. It's really consistent. I love how easy it is to tune this reg, and another great feature about it is I don't have to worry about input pressure, so I don't have to worry about like SLP tanks or anything like that. You can just run a regular paintball tank on here. I think the input pressure is somewhere between like 3 and 800 psi, so you don't really have to worry about what you're putting in there. I've seen some paintball tanks out there over that 850 range, so I'd be careful with that. Stick to that, 800 at your top input. Don't exceed that, but really, really cool regulator, easy to tune. It does stick up a little bit high, so I run this in a backpack. But yeah, it did come with a line. It comes with a 42-inch line right here. It also came with a male Foster fitting, which is on the gun right now. And I think it just looks really clean. It's got this like gunmetal color, so it's really nice. Got the 3000 PSI tank right here. I'm going to upgrade my tanks. Need something a little bit bigger with a little bit more air, but really, really like this. So this is my base HPA setup. Now, so I want to talk to you about a problem I ran into. So when I was building this, and I put my grip back on here, it actually started to, and I don't know if this is common with HPA AKs, but like when I tightened down my grip screw, it started to raise the gearbox and the HPA engine. So when I had it loose, I tested it. I was down here in the office, just like shooting at random stuff, and didn't have any problems. It ran flawlessly. I'm like, awesome. I don't have to worry about alignment or anything because with HPA engines, something you have to keep an eye on is your alignment, making sure that your nozzle is aligned properly with your hop-up chamber because it will seize up and it won't cycle. So you'll run into an issue there. And I really think that that's something I had with this back with the other build that I did. It just wasn't aligned properly. And if you run that for a long period of time, you're going to start wearing down parts and really stressing out the HPA engine a little bit more than it needs to be. So keep that in mind if you are building one of these on your own. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on that. So what I ran into was in here, I actually had to put a shim. So I actually got a plastic, like a polymer shim from Home Depot. It varies in size. It goes from nothing the whole way up to about a ½ inch. So you can basically gauge how much you're going to need and like cut off little pieces and start shoving them up in there. So what I did to basically align my nozzle with my hop-up chamber was backed the grip screw out right here and slid a shim in there, tightened everything back down, and fired a few shots. And it wasn't quite right, and I just kept going through the process until I found where it was aligned properly. You can shine a light up in here, look down the barrel, obviously, make sure there's no air to the gun and you're unsafe, all that stuff. We're iPro. If you're looking down the barrel of any type of AEG, HPA, GBB, whatever it is, don't go risking your eyeballs for something like that. You're not getting them back. So anyways, basically found the shim that worked perfectly, and yeah, it's working fine. S-mags, SEMA mags, no problem. So I'm running everything through there. I've got probably 5 or 6 mags, so maybe 600 rounds through it so far. Efficiency with that regulator is top tier. I haven't run it through the chronograph yet, but just the performance I've seen right now has just been awesome. I'm probably going to take a small dab of caulk in here where the shim is and just give it something. So like, because with the silicone you can actually remove it. It's easier to remove. Like if I would have to, take the gearbox out and remove the shim, it's not going to be too hard to do. But I just want something that if the pistol grip would ever come loose, the shim's not going to fall out. So that'll prevent the shim from falling out. So when I've tested this, probably get to about 1,000 rounds, and I know that everything's where it needs to be. My screw's not loose, and I've got good accuracy and good performance. Yeah, I will probably go and just attach that and put in a manner that it just stays in place. So definitely gonna do that, but everything else is exactly where it needs to be. And for anyone who cares, running a 7.4 Titan for the HPA engine. I love Titan batteries. They don't sponsor me. I wish they would, but that is what I'm running. So this build is ready for action, I think. So we will get it out to the field here soon. I might let Sean take it out and see what kind of damage he can do, but just wanted to do an overview of this build. I just thought it turned out absolutely awesome. I'm so freaking happy with the way this turned out. This is definitely, I don't say it's a dream AK for me, but it's definitely a dream AK. This is definitely something that, you know, I wanted to have in the collection for a while. Was a HPA AK similar to this. All right, squad, don't forget, best way to support me and the channel is by shopping with my sponsors and supporting them because they support me. Thank you so much for watching the video. Catch you on the next one.